Hiya, so here we are for another week of packed lunches, this time with sandwiches. So I've just got some pre-cut up strawberries and raspberries here that were in the fridge that I'm bobbing in. So for day one. Next, we've got some ready salted crisps. I'll let him pick which flavours he wants for days. As soon as I randomly picked them last week, we ended up with all the same flavour every day. That I put them in. We're just going to have a corned beef sandwich. I let him pick what meat he wanted, and this time he picked corned beef, so just as his own. I'm just going to cut this now into four. So I did triangles this day with my cutting, so just got 4 little triangle corned beef sandwiches. I'm just making sure they're broke up for him to grab at, and these are going in. And then next, I've got some pepperoni left over, so I'm just going to take these out as before, separate them because they stick together, and then cut them in half so they're easier for him to pick out and eat. And I absolutely hate this. I don't know why kids love pepperoni. It stinks and it's weird textured. I don't like it at all, but he does, so whatever keeps him happy. So I'll sacrifice touching it for 2 minutes, I suppose. So that's that going in there for him. And then we've got some of these mini sausages, like Glen, picnic sausages. So I'm just going to put half of these in so I can save some for another day. And then next, for like a little dessert, we've got a cartwheel, so a chocolate cartwheel biscuit going in for him. And then there we have day one completed. I'm just going to shut it up now, just to show you that it fits in with his water bottle and his Pokemon box. Job's a good one. Now moving on to day two, for something a bit different. We're going to do a sandwich, but a little twist. So I've got my 2 slices of bread, and I'm just going to roll them really, really thin with rolling pin, as you can see. I would recommend cutting off wavy bit of bread on end, because in a minute it don't work out, and I ended up pulling them off. So it would just be easier if you said and just cut that bit off. But straight pieces of crust are fine, unless your kid don't like them, then cut them off. So next we've just got a spread of your choice. So here I'm using chocolate hazelnut spread. So just chocolate spread. Now, originally I was going to do jam, but then I realised we didn't have any jam, so I need to put that on the shopping list as another alternative. But you could do this with any filling that I like, really. That's a spread, meat spread, chocolate spread, jam, marmalade, all like that, really, that your kid will eat. So I'm just doing chocolate spread. So a thin layer of spread across each piece of bread. And just remember not to put them together because they are going to be separate, but you'll see in a second. So once we're completely covered, I'm just going to move that out of the way. And then here I am. So we're going to turn it long ways round. And then you're going to roll it as tight as you can. And just roll it across kind of like a sausage roll. So tight, tight, tight. And then roll. And as you can see, this wavy crust bit just completely broke off, won't roll at all. So I just pull it off at end. So roll, roll, roll. And then just, yeah, tuck that off. And then squish it down a little bit so it don't unravel, but it should stick because it's spread. And then we're just going to do the same with this one. So long ways again. Roll it tightly as you can. And then I'm going to pull off wavy edges again because it tried to roll this time. See in a sec, but then just like bulged out all over the place. So just pulled them off at each end. And this one. Okay, just don't want to roll. Naughty crust. Squish that one down and then pull them together so you only have to make 1 lot of cuts, not 2, and then I just cut them into 4 smallish pieces, so they're kind of like tiny little sandwich bites. So it's just a bit more fun than just having a boring sandwich again. So I'm just going to be popping them in lunchbox now so you can kind of see what we've got now. So we've got some little bread roll filled with spread. Just like kind of look cute, so that's fine. And they did go down a treat, these, because he didn't think it was a sandwich, so it was more fun. I really liked that chocolate roll thing you did me. Well, if it's not a sandwich, you can't complain, you've got a sandwich again. And then here we've got some more mini sausages. These are the last of what were left over. These were really good from Aldi. £2 for a big packet. I froze half and I put half in fridge. So it lasted us 2 weeks. I just got out an handful at a time that we needed. And then here we're just going to cut up some cucumber for him. My child, is 8 and he'd just sit and eat full thing of cucumber if I let him, so we have cucumber quite a lot. So I'm just going to cut these into strips, as you'll see in a second. and this way they will stand up to fit in that little section. And next we've got some celery. Now some people may cringe. If your kid don't like celery, don't give it to them. Corey likes celery because we've got a tortoise called Turbo, and we discovered that Turbo likes celery, so I bought some for Turbo, and then Corey decided it was best snack in the world because tortoises eat it, so now he loves to snack on celery, which is healthy, and it's a bit different, and it's a good crunchy texture full of fibre and stuff, so it's good for him to eat it. So fun little fact there about us. Crazy zoo life makes him eat more healthy stuff. Now for his fruit this week, he picked this honeydew melon out at shop. Same again, you can substitute this with whatever fruit your kid picks. I'm just going to let him pick whichever fruit he wants per week, so it mixes it up a bit and he feels like he's got a choice, so it don't get too boring. I realised I cut off loads here trying to get seeds out. I took a great chunk out, but I was rushing today to get to work. We're a bit on last push to get ready for packed lunch today. I just didn't want to get out of bed, to be honest. So just going to sacrifice that tiny bit of melon that I chunked off and wasted. So just go steady when you're cutting your melon. I should have pre-cut it really, but never mind. So here I am just cutting it into little square sections so it's easier for him to pick up. And Cossa's mini bread roll sandwich snacky thing fits in there because it's smaller. I'm just going to put melon, weight being quite a lot, into sandwich compartment, big section at lunchbox, as you can see here. Just fit all that in. And the next, like the dessert section, I've got some of them more cream biscuits from B&M. These were strawberry and cream filling, I believe. They did smell really nice. They smell really strong, the strawberry. So I bobbed them in because they are teeny. So I've got 6 of these little biscuits. And then this is day 2 finished. And then moving on now, we're on day 3. So today we've got pizza again. So we did pizza for tea and I just saved half and then cut it up for him for his lunchbox. We've got a full apple because I didn't want to cut up apple today and I thought it'd be nice for him to just eat apple. He is 8, he can bite an apple. Then we've got a chocolate crepe there just from Aldi. He picked ready salted crisps this day, so we've got some ready salted stick crisps again. Just going to shake them into Gap, make sure they fit in. And then we've got some more popcorn in other section. I find popcorn really good, and a lot of people don't think to put it in a packed lunch. I'm not sure why, because kids love the stuff. It's not exactly expensive, and it's just a nice change, I think. And then next, some more cucumber. So because we're having it again day after, I'm just going to cut this into 4 bigger chunks rather than strips for him. So bob that in, and then I had to fold his crepe in half because it won't fit. And then yeah, here we are. So that's day 3's lunchbox done. And then here we are moving on to day 4. So today we're having another corned beef sandwich to use up that corned beef that he picked. So I'm just going to butter my bread and then put 2 slices of corned beef on like I did before. If you're watching a second, when I cut it up, I cut it into 4 again, but this time instead of triangles, I cut it into 4 equal squares. Simply because then when they pick it up, it's a bit better than having the same thing over and over. I find it boring if you're just looking at a sandwich every day, isn't it? So I did do a normal sandwich, but just cut it into squares instead of triangles. There we go, and then you're going to laugh at next bit. I had no idea why I decided to have lid open like that and then put 2 bits at top. And obviously gravity got in way, so then it's trying to fall down. So I had to hold it as I put bottom pieces in. I have no idea why I didn't just move them down. Start at bottom, but never mind. And then here I cut up some celery, some cucumber and some carrots just into slices. Just for like a little crunchy snack for him, like a little salad, he called it afterwards. So he made me a little snacky salad. So just bobbing that in. You could do this with whatever they're going to actually eat. So cucumber, carrots. You could do tomatoes instead if they like tomatoes. I don't like tomatoes. But any sort of snacky thing like that would work well with that. And then next we've got some pepperoni still. So I'm just going to use some of this up. I did buy big packets of everything so that we could try and spread it out, so it would end up working out cheaper, which it did really actually. So this pepperoni we're just going to cut in half and then separate again because they do stick together. And then we're just going to bob that into lunchbox as well for him. And then next we've got a Rice Krispie cereal bar. I go ahead and open this with that incident with cheese packet where we couldn't get it open at school. I'm just going to open everything now. So that's a Rice Krispie bar going in. And then next I got these double chocolate croissants. So it's a mini croissant filled with chocolate. These were from B&M. Or just over £1 for 6, I think. But they smell really nice as well. And he did say he enjoyed that for something different. And there we have, that's day 4 completed. And then this is day 5. Now, this day, because it's Friday, I did let him pick everything he wanted in this lunchbox. So, this morning, so he decided to pick melon. So I've cut him up some melon slices. Next, he picked celery. Told you, loves the stuff. Wants to be a tortoise. So here we are. I'm just going to cut it up for him. He did request to just have it in thick strips. So I'm just cutting it in half. Once I'd cut it down into sections that fit in lunchbox. So here we are with celery sticks. They're going in. And then next, he requested a cartwheel biscuit, so we're going to put one of them in. And then next he wanted some yoghurt. So I've just got this little tub that did come with lunchbox that just seals. So I'm using 2 of them squeezable yoghurts and putting them into this little tub because sometimes they're really hard to open, or you open them and they explode everywhere, and I didn't want him covered in yoghurt. So I've put 2 of these into, see, I exploded it all out, worked up. So I've put 2 of these into little tub, and then he got a spoon out, because I do realise it looks like I forgot to put a spoon in, but Corey actually got it out for himself this morning because he was picking what he was going in his lunchbox. So I'm just squeezing another one into there. This one's a wildlife strawberry flavoured tube. I don't know what they're called, tubes or something. So that's just going in there. And then next he requested, I said, what do you want? And he said he wanted a crisp sandwich. So here we are, we're just going to have 2 pieces of bread. I'm just buttering both pieces of bread. I didn't want it to go like soggy or squishy, so I've buttered my 2 pieces of bread. I'm going to put the 2 plain buttered pieces together so that butter don't go everywhere, and put that into sandwich section. And then he picked cheese and onion crisps to go in his crisp sandwich. So I'm just going to empty that into its side so that it can create it himself when he's at school. And then it's like so crunchy when he does it. And then this is it, day 5. Thanks for watching.